Hello and welcome to the third edition of the Fantasy Cricket Show. The last time we were on, we had two experts with us, in fact three totally, but this time we've decided to drop the expert and bring in a non-expert, a commoner like one of us. Welcome Parikshit, who's our HR manager, and he is here because he has used our show, the first episode, and picked his team and is far better than us, leading at 1836 points, where Nitin is the second at close to about 1700 points. We'll examine how all of that happened soon enough. So Parikshit, you've how did you manage to pick this side and why are you on the top today?
I think my strategy was, after listening to the show, was one, have Dale Stearns, which was mandatory, and Hashim Amla. So these two were my trump cards, and Hashim Amla as my captain really worked in my favor. And that's the last match I got some 300 odd points from Hashim Amla as a captain.
So that's interesting. So while that's a more common tactic, Nitin, why did you think you missed out?
Yeah, so in the last show, I think I advised our viewers to pick Dale Steyn in their team. I went back to the drawing board and tried to pick Dale Steyn in my team. I then found out that I couldn't, despite using 3 changes to somehow try and squeeze him into the 11, I found Dale Steyn was still too expensive. So I don't think that really backfired on me though, because I had Lonwa Botsobi who did well, and I in fact had a pretty good game because I came up from 4th in the ESPNcricinfo league to 2nd, but that was after using 3 changes and using a lot of grey cells. PC didn't use a single substitution, he's just
Absolutely.
aced it. He's just
So he
sitting
has
there.
all his 4 transfers still remaining with him. So what is the strategy, PC? Why did you not make a transfer? We were advocating transfers.
Yeah. But I listened very carefully to the first show, and I picked up Quinton de Kock against Dhoni, so that was my third best move. Let's see for the next match. 4 transfers, I'll see how things go. So maybe Yuvraj Singh is one I'm thinking of moving. But
that's an interesting tactic, huh? Never make a transfer unless it's really mandated. And PC has shown us that he's got 1836 points by simply not moving a muscle after selecting his team.
He's like the South African team now. He can rest all his key players for the third match because it's inconsequential. At least I'll hope that he rests all his key players so that we can catch up with PC.
And on that show, I think the last time that we played or we made the show, and I've now moved to the 5th position. So I've basically done a Ronak Kapoor square method of, coming to the last position. But that's about us here. But in terms of who's been leading in the overall leaderboard, we've got a very interesting pattern. There are people who've been in the top 10 in both the games, but there are some who've not been in the top 10 but still managed to clock a very consistent score of about 1000 points. And the winner today, or rather the leader at the end of the second ODI, is the team called D Gangs, who've got 2,228 points. So that's the benchmark right now, 2,228 points. How tough is it to make those points?
Well, PC is at 1836 and we are all looking up to PC because he's completely aced the game. So he's himself nearly 300 points off the boil. So must be pretty tough to make 2200 points. So D Gang's really well done.
Yes, absolutely. 2,228 points is actually a lot of points. And one important strategy that we've seen across the top 4 teams that is in the leaderboard that you're seeing on the graphic there is that they have the same players picked, which is de Kock, Tumini, Hashim Amla, Dale Steyn, Moni Morkel, and having Shami Ahmed from India, apart from having Quinton de Kock as their keeper as well as their captain. Okay, so that was what happened in the second ODI. Moving now to the third ODI, which is scheduled at Centurion. Nitin, what do you think about the game? Is it going to be a batsman-friendly wicket or a bowler-friendly wicket?
Centurion is traditionally a batsman-friendly wicket compared to both Joburg and Durban, especially Durban. So, considering South Africa already clocking up the runs, they probably are going to go into overdrive this time. So, if India do win the toss, I hope they choose to bat for a change so that they don't have another opening partnership to put up with. That said, Quinton de Kock, 2 centuries in 2 games. I think law of averages, you would expect it to catch up with him now. He'd probably get one good ball early on and, who knows, might nick Shami Ahmed behind.
So the strategy is the same this time around. Pick on your batsmen and also keep a tab on who are those players that are picked in the top 4-5 sides. As we just mentioned earlier on the show, pick them and you'll do fine. At least you'll move up in the rankings. So moving to the final segment of our show, which is in terms of finding out which transfer is the best to do in case you still have transfers left. PC has 4 transfers left, so we'd like to check with you, PC, on your strategy on whom would you want to transfer.
I think the first team that crops up is Yuvraj, is one who would like to transfer, and maybe take let's say Rohit Sharma, whatever, still, but Yuvraj is definitely on my cards to move on.
To move out. So do you think someone like Dhawan or Rohit Sharma, will they come good? Do you think law of averages will work out in their favor?
Yeah, I mean, considering it's a batting pitch, maybe Rohit Sharma is when I'd like to, I'm thinking, let's see.
Okay, Rohit Sharma 200, captain again. Will it happen?
Yes.
It probably won't, but yeah, I'm not gunning on anybody because I don't have any transfers left. What about you, Nitin? You have any transfers left?
I have one transfer left. I'm not really sure who I'm going to bring in with that transfer. I need to check what points I have because I used up 3 transfers to bring Dale Steyn into my 11 and didn't manage to bring him in. So yeah, I don't want to commit to anything right now.
Yeah.
But one thing I'll definitely do, I'm going to, Quinton de Kock is not going to be my captain for the 3rd game. That's what I say on air at least. Let's see
Okay.
what I do.
So that's it for now, folks. There ends our 3rd edition of the Fantasy Cricket Show. Do log on to ESPNcricinfo.com/fantasy and do show us some of your love on Twitter and Facebook. Let us know how the show is, and we'll be back for the test matches. Thank you.